Yo, what up YouTube? Back at you with another video and another midnight stroll. Might make this shit like a, what do you call it? A ritual. Because it's very cathartic. It's very relaxing. Especially on like Friday, Saturday night. And usually, again, I'd be over at a bar of some kind, wasting money and putting poison in my body. Now, here I am walking, and you get a chance to collect your thoughts and take inventory of your life. And what I noticed is substances have been a part of my life for way too long, like decades. And it, like the amount of time wasted, and not just time wasted, but like even relationships that I fucked up. It's like it's a giant, because here's the thing, all this time you think you're like having fun or it's enhancing something. It's not. It's doing the exact opposite. Exact opposite. So with Kratom, well actually, let's start at the beginning. Got introduced to opiates, I think around like 2017, 2016, something around there. Maybe even before. Yeah, 2016, I believe. Fucking, yeah, I can't say that. That's too incriminating. But, like I told you about that dude who was an addict that I knew, introduced me to him. And at first it was just like, I didn't really see the thing. Like, I didn't get it. Because, you know, I was drinking 40s at like 15 on the block. And, you know, my boys. And that was pretty much all I, you know, that was my poison. It was alcohol. It started with alcohol. And then, I think I was about like 30, 31, around there. And then got into the opiate game. And then stayed on those heavy for like a good 9 months straight, taking like over 200 milligrams of that shit a day. So then, and I had no concept of drugs or anything like that. So then, one day, never forget it, I was at work, and I was just sitting outside because I decided to quit. And I didn't actually know before that. I decided to quit, and I just felt like I didn't know what the fuck was going on. You'd think Kratom's bad. Those opiates, man, hell on earth. And because I was so naive or ignorant to withdrawal, shit, it was incredibly bad. And then I even tried to go out, and then I figured, oh, well, maybe if I went up to like a karaoke bar. I don't know how the fuck I did it looking back. And I figured I could drink the pain away. And that night was the worst night of my life. Because not only am I drunk, or, yeah, definitely drunk, but also going through opioid withdrawal. Dude, yo, no idea. So that's when I got the routine eventually. And by 2017 or 18, I looked like a model, because I was just in the gym like three months straight hard. Like I was squatting like 345s on each side plus the bar. I don't even know what that is anymore. Maybe like, yeah, I'll do the math later. And I was doing that like it was nothing. And then, I'd go like off and on with the opiates. So then, the real thing that fucked me up, COVID, the quarantine. That was like fucking rock bottom. And that's when I pretty much used Kratom to, get off it. Or not even get off it, just to like stave off the withdrawals till I could get another script. So I was just bouncing back and forth. And again, worst time of my life. Almost lost my job, almost lost my life. Just fucking embarrassment over here nodding off and shit. A fucking junkie. And that was never me. But it was, I guess. So then, I just stuck to Kratom for the most part. And, let's see. So then, moved to Vegas last year. And I don't even think I went a day without the junk, without Kratom. So I decided to quit for my birthday, which was in May. And I did, and I stayed off it for, like I said, about 30-something days, and then relapsed. And that was nearly 2 months ago. Right? This is like the Cliff Notes version. I get into more detail, but I don't even know if I should. And then, while quitting Kratom, I get a taste for the wine. And then I noticed that it kind of rekindled the withdrawal effects from Kratom to a degree. But then, I'm like, nah, fuck that, I'm done. And just quit everything. So now, I ain't got nothing. No wine, no Kratom, no nothing. Sorry. And I don't want nothing. Because I noticed that shit has, all substances have really dulled who I am. The good thing is, I can look at people I know, or more specifically, some women that I wronged because I wasn't the best boyfriend, and I'm not blaming that on substances alone, but it's like it didn't help because you get agitated, angry easy, and you're having secrets. And I don't think I have really let any of the women in my life really know who I am. And it's unfortunate. It is. But here's the thing. You can't wrap your arms around a memory. And you can't go back in time. You can only move forward. And that's what I'm doing. And that's what y'all gotta do too. Just move forward. If you slip, just get back up, continue pushing onward, man. That's it. Because end of the day, you gotta live with the decisions you make, the choices, all that. And that's what you gotta do. I mean, the good thing is, even throughout all that abuse and shit, the gym was always a part of my life, just as much as the substances were, and sometimes even more so. And that's what I'm getting back to. And it is strange. I'm not gonna lie. Like living a sober life, man. Initially, it's kind of like disorienting to a degree, because you're always used to taking something to make benign activities interesting, or make your brain content with doing absolutely nothing. Like, you gotta ask yourself, man, like, who are you really? Do you even know? Saying, like, there's gonna come a time, man, whether it's rock bottom or not, but you're gonna look at yourself in the mirror while you're over here fucking shaking or eyes watering, something like that. And you're gonna finally see yourself, and you ain't gonna like what you see at that moment. You're gonna feel like an embarrassment or a failure, and guess what? You're all of that at that moment, but you don't gotta stay there at all. And trust me, there's gonna come a time when, out of nowhere, man, you're gonna get that energy, you're gonna get that glow back, and you're gonna be the real you. And I'm telling you, the real you feels better than anything you can possibly take. You know what I'm saying? Trust me on that. 'Cause I'm gonna tell you something. When you're on those substances, that's the other thing. You're weak in more ways than one, not just physically. Everything about you is weak. It's depleted. You know what I'm saying? Like, horrible way to live, man. Trust me. I mean, you know what? You're going through it now. Shit. And again, for those of you who are relapsing, don't trip. You know how many times I relapsed? Shit. Kratom, nah, not much, because again, my thing was, I was on the opiates mostly. And actually, even with the old alcohol shit, I was never an alcoholic until I think this stint here kind of teetered on that, because, getting off Kratom, it was a way to kind of ease anxieties and stuff like that. I should have just went through it naturally and with no substance at all, like I did the other stuff. And again, alcohol withdrawal and Kratom withdrawal are similar in this regard. They're so easily accessible. Like, I can't walk 5 miles, 3 miles on the main roads without seeing a fucking liquor store or a smoke shop, or a liquor store that has Kratom in it. So I just don't see any of them anymore. It's like fucking tunnel vision. Because here's the thing, the clarity you get, the mental clarity, is incredible. And that alone is a reason to quit. But yeah, these substances have been in my life way too long. And I'm just done with it. No desire at all. Now, because with the wine, I was only on for, maybe a month and a half, maybe more, who knows, but I saw it start creeping up, and it definitely rekindled some withdrawal symptoms, but those dissipated quickly, because alcohol doesn't really stay in your system as long, it's just, and you can, again, I wasn't on for years, but I was able to take, energy shots and Gatorade and tea, and most importantly water. It wasn't, like I said, it was a very light withdrawal, but enough to be like, okay, we're done here. And it's crazy too, because I know my testosterone's back because, for a lot of reasons, but what's crazy is, your memory comes in, and I'll never forget, you kind of forget who you were or who you are when you're on them things. And I remember I was 16, and my grandfather was helping us move to a new neighborhood. And I think I was 16 or 17. Yeah, 16 going on 17, something like that. And anyway, my boys, they lived on another block. So I was cool with my people, but, the older heads there, they weren't even that much older. Say we were 16, they were 20, 18, 19, something like that. So I was kind of like a outsider or a guest kind of on the block. And they had this motherfucker who, he was like a follower. And they could pretty much get this dude to, jump off a bridge if he, get accepted or validated. And I never cared about any of that anyway. They basically goaded him into basically fighting me. There's more to that story too, but I'll just start from where it makes sense. So I'm over here shooting the baskets. My boys, we're just talking shit. And all of a sudden I just feel something it was weird. Just something hit me. And I'm thinking what the fuck? Because I thought the ball hit me or something. And then, your head gets a little foggy, dizzy kind of. Yo, what the fuck? And then I oh, this motherfucker punched me. And I remember, making sure I wasn't bleeding. I made sure. I was oh, you's a bitch. You should have knocked me out. And I proceed to calmly just start, whooping his ass. So, and I'm calm at this point, and I'm just, giving him some right crosses and shit. And he's just backing up. So then So then he said, stop, middle of it, getting his ass whooped. And I'm like, what? He goes, no, I don't want to fight on one of our friends' properties. So I'm like, nah, whatever. So I'm sitting down underneath the basketball hoop, and one of my boys comes to me. He's like, oh, yo, you want some ice? I'm like, for what? He goes, oh, your lip is swollen. And I'm like, at that point, I see red. Now, mind you, I was dressed pretty nicely, well, for a teenager, because we were supposed to go to the movies. And I remember, and I had chained everything. I remember I got up and I'm walking over them. He's over there by them assholes that made him do that. And he's smoking a cigarette. And I'm walking over to him. And I just see red. And my boy's like, oh, you want to take off your chain, your shirt? I said, don't need to. And then they're like, oh, watch out, boy. Your boy's coming. And he's smoking. And I tell him, yo, come on. I put him up. And he's trying to take a last drag, and I just punched him. And then I went for a haymaker and missed. And I came back with the left hook, caught him. And as he's his head is moving back, I grabbed the back of his neck and I started kneeing him, like pulling his head towards my knee as I'm kneeing him in his nose and everything. And then on the last one, I let his head go and he's like that. And I punched him again, so now his back is to me. And there was a big ass tree right in front of him. So I tried to take the back of his neck and push it into the tree. I wanted to space it. But he tripped over the root. So now he's on the floor. So I get on top of him and I'm just punching. Like stomach, head, I don't care. So then he grabs my shirt and my chain. That's it. Get the fuck off my shirt. And then he let go, but then his whole, he stopped covering up. So this whole side of his face was open. And I came down with a left so hard, bam. And I went for a second one. I hit it, what happened was I hit his face, and then as I hit his face, he was already on the floor, the grass or whatever. And I ended up, I guess, hitting some of the grass too. I went for a second one. And those same dudes that made him do that to me are out trying to protect him, I guess. So now they grab me off him. So he tries to get up, and as they're pulling me away, I just kick him in the face. And they're like, oh, that's it. They try to give me pounds afterwards and shit, like it's some sort of initiation. I was pissed. I was gonna fight them too. I didn't give a fuck if they was older. But anyway, I get home because the dude I whooped, his sister went to school with my sister. They were in the same grade. And obviously, people heard about what happened. And I guess word got around. And then I guess my sister said something to my grandfather. And he says, hey, champ, I heard you was fighting. I was like, yeah, Padre, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. And he was just quiet. He just said, oh, I thought you were better than that. And I wanted to say I am. But at that moment, I wasn't. And I made sure moving forward that I was. So I always had restraint. And that saved my life. Because there's always a better man. I ain't the baddest man on the planet. But I realized that you kind of got to tame those demons. And there's that song, it's called Arsonist Lullaby. And it's never tame your demons, just keep them on a leash. And that's what I do from now on. But what I noticed was with Kratom, I had no aggression at all. And that's good, but it's also not good. Because again, you gotta be able to protect yourself, man. The world is dangerous. When you're on those substances, man, you can get taken easy. Fucking anything. And you never know when it can happen, man. I saw a dude get robbed over here on the strip. You know what I'm saying? Him and his girl, and the girlfriend. I mean, you know what I'm saying? And they was drunk. And that's the thing. Drunk on the street, and you're vulnerable. And when you're on these substances, you're fucking vulnerable. But anyway, I'm just rambling. At this point, I'm just fucking rambling, man. Shit. I don't give a fuck. I'm just done with all that shit, man. That's all I gotta say. You guys gotta just man up, man, and go through it. You'll thank yourself, man. And your family will thank you too. The people that love you, think about them. And if you ain't got any of those, love yourself. That's it. I still got a little ways to go. I didn't realize it's damn near 25 minutes, my bad. Didn't really talk about Kratom. Maybe I did. I don't fucking remember. At this point, I'm just motivated. Saturday night, I'm over here walking the block. And I'm alright with that. More than alright with that. And that's the other thing that happens. Your hobbies that you used to love, that passion starts to come back too. So all the things you like to do, whether it was playing a sport or an instrument or right when ain't shit like that, you're gonna do it. You're gonna do it again. It's gonna come to you again. And that's a beautiful thing. Alright? So, y'all take care. Peace.